Reminded to avoid flooded streets at all costs.
Indeed, Mike. Yeah, that's a big thing we talk about. And we say it all the time, turn around, don't drown. But just wanted to get into the numbers a little bit so you don't underestimate the power of water. We've heard this a lot, but even I sometimes I'm like, wait, how much water? If you're just a person and you're in 6 feet of fast moving floodwater, that can knock you off your feet. If you're in a car, it's about a foot. And we do see that, especially under the underpass yesterday. There were 4 feet of floodwaters in that underpass. And then about 18 inches to 24 inches of fast moving water can carry away bigger vehicles like big trucks and SUVs and vans. So just remember, it doesn't have to get all that high. Plus, you don't know what's under there. So that's why we always say when there's street flooding, when they're flooded roads around town, best idea is just to turn around and not get into it. Live radar today, thankfully, a lot quieter than yesterday when we just about 24 hours ago were seeing that rain set up over New Orleans and then not really change very much for about 3 to 4 hours. Now, looking at satellite and radar, there are a few showers south of our coast. We'll likely see some of that increasing across our area later this afternoon. Overall, though, I don't think we'll see quite as much activity. Look at this. Good thing this isn't the peak of hurricane season. I mean, this is nothing tropical, but you can see the low pressure here with this system, and it looks like it's going to be feeding off to the north. Here's our water vapor imagery, also showing some of that low pressure, and where you see the pinks, that's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. And what we're thinking today, again, is that this won't be moving straight into our part of Louisiana and Mississippi, but might take a slightly more northward movement today. So that's why we're included for the flooding rain outlook, just at that lowest marginal risk out of the 4 for flooding rains, but a much higher chance to see some flooding around just east of the Houston area and into western Louisiana for today. Also, the severe threat, not really including our area today. It's going to be a much more active zone out to the west of us, it looks like. Not in terms of a whole lot of severe weather, but just the threat that will be there with these storms. And you saw an ongoing tornado warning across the coastal part of southwest Louisiana right now. High resolution model so you can make your plans for later today. We're going to get into it here. Notice a few spotty showers or storms. This is through this afternoon, though, not really that much hinted by this particular model. Again, I wouldn't rule it out. I still have about a 30–40% chance for showers through this afternoon. Now, this is by 9 p.m. Notice there will be some rain out to our west, and this model is weakening whatever might be out there by the time it reaches us. But this is overnight. It does have at least a couple of showers for our area. And then tomorrow we start off pretty quiet, but look what happens by the afternoon. We may see a big batch of some showers and storms starting to reform over our part of southeast Louisiana and into Mississippi. Now, our 3-day rain forecast is much higher, of course, as I was saying, out to the west, but we could easily see more than what this green is indicating, which is just up to about a ½ inch or so. Easily we could get a quick downpour that might bring a bit more for isolated locations, not everybody. But that's the trend for the next couple of days. We have the blue skies with partly cloudy conditions. We have temperatures now nearing the middle 80s. Today our high, I'm expecting around 85 like we've seen lately, and a chance for a few storms this afternoon. Here's your planner as we get into this evening. We'll drop back into the 70s. And again, overall, a lower chance to see those storms today. But still, I would just kind of have the rain gear handy today, tomorrow, before we start to dry out at the end of the week. Tonight we'll have some clouds, maybe a few stray showers like I just showed you on our model, and our low temperatures in the lower 70s. Skipping ahead to Mother's Day, this is me and my mom while we were riding in a parade earlier this year. It's going to be warmer and it's going to continue humid. So I'd say feels like lower 90s, and it will be drier as high pressure starts to build in and brings those rain chances down and also allows us to heat up. So you can see your weekend, only 20% chances for isolated afternoon storms and highs in the upper 80s.